Hello and welcome to episode 192 of my Wurm Unlimited tutorial series. This episode will be on showing some more of the things from the last update, which was 1.7.0.0. But before that, say hello Rainstorm.
Hi everyone, Rainstorm here.
Right, okay, so in the last video we did on update 1.7.0.0, there were still further things in that update because it was a huge update, and obviously though an hour for an episode was long enough. So in this episode we're going to endeavour to show some more of the good stuff from that update. The first thing we're going to start with is of transferring of rarities. Now it used to be that when you were smithing at the forge, there was a rare chance that you would create a rare weapon head or tool head depending on what you was making. If you was trying to make hammerheads, then there was a rare chance that you'd make a rare hammerhead, and when you then attached that head to a shaft, there was a rare chance that you would make a rare tool or rare weapon depending on what head you was using. Well, with this latest update, they've now made it so it's not a rare chance, it's guaranteed. So if you have a rare weapon or tool head and you attach it to a shaft, you will definitely now get a rare tool or weapon. So that's really fantastic, and we thought we'd like to demonstrate that in this episode. So thank you very much Rainstorm for gathering all the materials that we're going to need and use. That was very good of you.
You're
right
welcome.
Okay, so I'm going to go to the forge then now, and what I need to do is I'm going to make two tool heads, and there, like I say, there's a rare chance that when I do this I'll make a rare tool head, but there isn't much chance of that. So if I don't succeed in making a rare tool head, the only other way that we had to demonstrate this is by using a rare dragon bone to transfer the rarity from that dragon bone to the head. So I'm going to create two tool heads to start with, so let's do this, and fingers crossed one of them might be rare, so it'll save the dragon bone. Right, okay, so to make the tool head I'm going to activate my iron lump and use Rainstorm's large anvil, and I'm going to create tool parts. Actually no, I'm going to use a small anvil because I want to create a hammerhead. There we go, a hammerhead. So I'm going to do this. My voice is going. We're going to do this. Fingers crossed for a rare. I didn't hold out any hope for getting a rare one because it is rare. I've got one more attempt. So let's have a look. What other tools can I make? It has to be something that you can attach a shaft to. So you can't do a trowel because you can't attach a shaft to a trowel. But you could do a rake or a hatchet. Let's have a look at the weapon heads. Which weapon did you want me to do, Rainstorm? Did you say that others can use?
Most of them like the mauls or the axes.
Mauls or the axes? What, the small axe head?
No, the normal axe head.
Right, let's do it on this then.
Just make a maul. That's the one that most people use.
Alright, maul head. Okay. Now there's a rare chance that when you do this you will then get a rare maul head, the same as when I made the hammerhead, but as you can see, because it's only a rare opportunity that that event will occur, I didn't get rare of either, so they're both just plain ordinary iron heads. So what I can do in the absence of being lucky enough to get a rare head, I can use the dragon bone. So I activate the dragon bone, right click on the hammerhead, and you'll see the option transfer rarity. Now with the dragon bones, as you're probably aware, they're a rare item. So the possibility is that 70% of you watching this video are not going to have a dragon head, because you have to be able to kill dragons or lucky enough to be on a public server where someone's selling the bones. So that's all we're going to mention to do with the dragon's bones. Okay, so I'm going to
thanks to Riven and Aragorn, they got their skills high enough they can actually go out and kill dragons pretty easily now.
Yeah, and
just the two of them. So that's how we ended up with the dragon bones.
And that's who we must thank, actually, mustn't we? Because we've used how many of their dragon bones so far?
Too many.
Yeah, too many.
Too many for this episode.
So thank you, Aragorn, and thank you, Riven, for getting them dragon bones. Because without you, we couldn't have shown this in this episode. But you can see now that after I've transferred the rarity, I now have a rare iron hammerhead. And so there we go. Now what I need to do is attach that to a shaft. In the old days, okay, before update 1.7.0.0, when you do this, it was a rare chance that you would make a rare tool, because I'm using a rare hammerhead. Okay, so it was rare, so you wouldn't have one. Now though, however, it's a no-fail, so watch this. I'm going to use it with a normal shaft, so I'm going to activate my rare hammerhead, right-click the shaft, create tools and hammer, and there we go. I've now got a rare iron hammer. Now, what Raynstorm also wanted me to show was that if it's a standard iron head, in this case it's a weapon head, that if you use a rare shaft, that is still going to be a rare chance of making a rare item from the head that you're using. So let's
it's not guaranteed. Yeah,
it's not guaranteed. So I'm going to show that next. So I'm going to activate my shaft, right click the iron maul head, create weapons and maul. So as you can see, it was a rare chance and it didn't work, it didn't happen, it's still just plain iron. Right, now let's just check my notes because I want to see where I'm supposed to go from here.
Saddlebags?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Saddlebag time. Now, thank you, Raynstorm. Now, saddlebags were not from this latest update, they were from the update before that, but the reason we're doing saddlebags is twofold. One, I've not shown making saddlebags before. Two, they've added with this latest update a hotkey that you can use to open the saddlebags, which makes life a lot easier with the saddlebags. So that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to make a saddlebag also because I've not shown making one before. Now, to make a saddlebag, you're going to need 2 bags from using leather and a needle, and then you're going to combine the 2 bags with 2 belts to make the saddlebag. So let's gather up the materials that Raynstorm kindly has prepared for me already, which is over here. Okay, let's open that up. And what I'm going to do is drop them all in there because Raynstorm can then use that for someone else. And I'm going to grab the leather and the tool belts. Oops, turned into a pile, never mind. Okay, so I'm going to use the recipe window for doing this because I first need to make the bags. So let's bring this up. And if you type in SA, it's enough to type in to get saddlebags up. So the first thing is a small bag. Now currently, at the moment, as of September 2018, the small bag is only used in the creation of saddlebags. But who's to say in the future, with future updates, they don't give it more uses. But for now, it's only used for making saddlebags. So let's select that. To make the saddlebag, we're going to need 1 leather and one needle, but we need to make 2 bags, remember. So let's add that to the crafting window. It's going to use the leatherworking skill, as you can see there. Right, so let's create one. There we go, and I need one more. Right, good. We got 2 small leather bags. Now we need to make the saddlebags. So let's put that back in. There we go, and if I expand the saddlebag, you will see that it needs 2 small bags and 2 leather belts. So let's add that. And let's create. Okay, that gives us an unfinished saddlebag, so now we're going to add that to the crafting window, which now requires 1 more bag, 1 more leather belt. So we'll add the bag, whack that up in case it fails, and now I need to add the belt. Right, phew, we have saddlebags. Okay, so equipping the saddlebags, you can equip them, can't you, Rainstorm, onto 3 different types of, well, you can equip them on horses, on unicorns and hell horses. Now,
as long as there's a saddle on them.
Yeah, as long as there is a saddle, then you can attach the bags. Now, but for the things like the unicorn and the hell horse, they'd have to be tamed. So you'd be the person who tamed the animal would use the saddlebags on the animal to put them on.
And the same with the horse, and it would have to be tamed to put a saddle or a saddlebag on.
Oh, true.
Unless you have it branded for your deed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that
that's
horse over there is branded for your deed. That's why you can put it on there.
That's it. Thank you for finding that horse. Actually, I'd forgotten all about it, that I'd branded it. Right, okay, so we got the saddlebag. Let me have a quick look at my notes now. Just check I'm still talking about the right subject. Ah yes, we wanted to mention, and thank you once again to Rainstorm, because she was the one who remembered this. There's no way I would. In episodes 39 and 69 we've made belts, if you want to see about the belts. With 39 it was to do with tailoring, wasn't it, Rainstorm?
Correct. The cloth tailoring. It was for the vest that had the belt on it.
That's
and
it.
then episode 69 was when you made the tool belts.
Tool belts, yeah, that's right. Okay, right, so next then I'm going to put the saddlebag on the horse, which Rainstorm mentioned I've already branded. And then I'm going to create a hotkey. So let's go over to the horse and let's open it.
And the reason why the horse is hitched to the wagon is because Gamester asked me, can you put it on a horse that's hitched? So this will answer that question.
Yeah, so this horse is hitched to the wagon, in case you're wondering whether you can do this or not. Because remember, with the saddlebag you're going to get room for 100 items. So if you've got 4 horses attached to your wagon or your large cart, then that's 400 extra carry space. And with the wagon, how many horses is it? 6, Rainstorm?
With the wagon, yeah. And
yeah.
Or no, the wagon is 6 and the cart is 2.
So that's 600 extra carry capacity. You know, that's lots of extra room.
Oh, 4, excuse me, 4 animals.
4.
That's 400 extra.
Oh, what, for the wagon?
Yeah.
Yeah, and 2 for the large. So yeah, 400 extra carry space for a wagon, 200 extra carry space for a large cart. So very, very useful.
Just one thing though, remember, the more weight you put on the horse, the slower it's going to go. So if you have a 5-speed, it's probably going to drop down to a no speed.
Yeah, well that's all right. I'm all for just like gathering large amounts rather than a dozen trips back and forth. I prefer to do it slower, you know, getting to the place I need to dump it. Okay, so to put the saddlebag on the horse, you right click, go to Look, Equipment, expand the torso, and this one actually has a saddlebag on it already. But if I drag that off,
oh, that was the saddle, not the saddlebag.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's,
funny.
Yeah, well, that's one of these little things that when you record, your eyes scan the screen, and it's looking it's flashing over everything. I just see saddle, so assumed bags. Right. Anyway, we're going to drop the saddlebags into the saddle. And there we go. If I expand that now, there is phew. I've got to go phew. There is the saddlebags. Okay. So next, then, if I close that. A nice quick way, which with this latest update they've now enabled, for us to make a hotkey to quickly open that saddlebag. Because as a reminder, otherwise you'd have to right click the horse, look, equipment, torso and saddle, and then you get to the saddlebags. But now, as well as the hotkey, if you right click on the horse, you can see an option now, open saddlebags. So they've also gave that option, but if you don't like right clicking because maybe it's difficult through medical condition or something or other, as Raynstorm pointed out, some people do have arthritis in their fingers or other reasons they don't want to right click, they prefer just to press a key. So let's do a hotkey. So if I do the escape key, click settings and then go to keybinds. If you then go to item, and if you then go to open, set your hotkey. So I'm going to set mine to the Z key because I've used up just about every other key. And then save. I don't need to because I've done it already. Now if you hover over the horse and press your hotkey, it opens up the saddlebags. And I see you've been storing stuff in there already, Raynstorm.
Yeah, well, I'm checking to see. You know, it is limited to the size of things, so only small items can go into the saddlebag. So you can't put like dirt or logs or things like that in there.
Yeah, I suppose you'd be like putting your botanising stuff in, pottery bowls and pottery jars within the saddlebag, because then that gives a ton, doesn't it? I mean, have you checked how many bowls and pottery jars you can fit in a saddlebag?
No, I haven't. I was just playing with it just
I mean,
now.
it's mind-boggling, isn't it? How many items you're actually going to be able to fit in the saddlebag if you're talking about botanising and foraging items, which are very useful, of course.
So I've got a bee smoker in there. I've got a press. I've got books. I wasn't able to get a small amphoria in there. That was too big.
No, was it? That's a shame. Never mind.
Yeah.
That would have been very nice if you could have done that.
Mm-hmm. So what's the largest thing? I can't put a small chest in there. That'd be too heavy anyway.
Yeah, that would have been nice though, wouldn't it? Or a large chest. Shame we couldn't have put a wagon in there and then load that up with chests. Yeah, I'm going extreme.
Yeah, you're getting a little silly there.
Yeah, I am, aren't I? There's no harm in that though, is there, surely? I mean, you've already helped me determine what condition that I'm going senile, so I may as well go a little silly with the senile, mightn't I?
That's right.
Right,
well,
so
part of the same thing. I don't know.
All a part of the condition. Next, that leaves us one last thing, doesn't it, that we want to cover, and that is the changing of a terrain tile. Switching a terrain tile. For this example, switching a sand tile to dirt or dirt to sand. Which way around am I going to do it, Raynstorm?
Well, there's a pile of dirt over there, so you can change the sand to dirt, and then you can dig up the sand and put the sand back.
Yeah, good point actually. Let's do that. I don't know why I always run around in bare feet. Oh, never mind. I'm going to drop the lever.
Because that's what you did to me in the beginning.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did, didn't I?
And then for a while I was running around with one boot. I mean, one iron boot and barefoot on the other.
Yeah,
for the longest time.
in that episode we did on fighting that dragon. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I only had one boot on in that episode. I don't know if I showed it or not, or whether it was after I finished recording. I realised that I only had one boot on. I don't think I had any leather, hardly any armour on. I was semi-naked fighting that dragon and wondered why I got killed so easy. Right, let's go do this dirt anyway, otherwise I will get carried away.
So go up the hill here, and then just turn left.
Oh yeah, down to the sand. Right, okay, so in this latest update, they've changed it. In the old days, when what you'd do is, if you wanted the tiles all around you, how many tiles was it would do? It was
if you dropped it into the middle, like right here between all four of these tiles, all four tiles would turn.
That's right. It would do all the adjacent tiles to that particular. Whether it was dirt, it would turn them dirt. If it was sand, it would turn them all into sand. But they've changed it now, so you can be more accurate. So if I activate this dirt, and if I right-click on this sand tile, I can now say switch tile. So it's very, very cool and useful. So I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I hated having to switch off 4 of them because sometimes I just wanted that one tile to be dirt.
Yeah,
I wanted the rest of it to be sand. And then when you try to put it back, then it just made a mess.
Yeah, it's like they keep on improving Wurm, don't they? I mean, they're making some great tweaks to the game, really. I mean, that one with where you could just drop all the stuff into the storage bin now, I just love that change. Right, anyway, so I've got dirt tile there, but we want to put it back to sand because it looks much nicer. So what I'll do is go over here and dig a bit of sand. I only need to dig once. Where's my tool belt? More importantly, where's my shovel? Oh no, I hope I haven't lost my shovel. I think I had a nice one. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, I've got a rare one now. Oh, cool. Right, so let's dig a bit of sand. Right, now we're going to go back to that tile. I'm going to activate my bit of sand. Right, click switch tile, and you'll see once it goes through, there you go, switched back. How cool is that? So you can go across your deed now and do a chessboard if you like, or whatever, but now you can do it much more accurately.
Oh yeah, that would look really cool. Alternating grass tiles with sand.
Yeah, wouldn't it? I don't think...
or if you're creating a vineyard out in the desert, you can now just keep the just pick the strips of tiles. I mean,
yep. That's what we're going to do, though, isn't it? Because we've been mentioned for the last couple of 100 episodes, at least, I think, about how we're going to do this vineyard. And I keep forgetting, and so do you. But we must do that. Just an episode on creating a vineyard and growing some wine. Eh?
Yeah, I guess. I guess I'll make another island out there.
Yeah, make another.
I really don't have any place on the island to make a vineyard, but
yeah, make another island. That would make for a good episode, and we can do a nice vineyard, because there's some really cool stuff, isn't there, you can use wine for, like getting your stamina back up if you're climbing a mountain or something. So yeah, we must do that. Okay, anything else that we was going to mention, Rainstorm? Titles. Was we going to mention titles? We were
going to do the titles, but because of the key they create, or they request or require you to use, we weren't able to do it because it will stop your video. So you can't do anything that has a slash
yeah, that's
slash
right.
in option.
But mention to everyone what you found out about the title, your Armorsmith title, I mean, because that is so cool.
I'll read what it says.
Yeah.
Apparently in the titles now they have more of your like if you're a mage, they have more occultist titles in there, and if you're doing your meditation are in there, and you can hide the titles. But what I noticed, and this, somebody may correct me, but I haven't noticed this before. It said, note, Armorsmiths that use their titles get faster armor improvement rate. I thought that was really cool. So it may have been there a while. I don't know. I only noticed it because they had mentioned there was this new update with the titles. So.
Yeah, we thought we'd mention it though, just because there was something to do with titles in that last update, and Rainstorm spotted that. So I thought, yeah, that.
Yeah. So if you don't know and you're an Armorsmith, make sure you have your title up there so you get a faster rate.
Yeah,
so.
Make sure you use your Armorsmith title, and then you will skill up even quicker. Straight off the bat, I can think of Smilo doing that. He's a
no kidding.
Great Armorsmith, isn't he? So
yes, he is.
Smilo, you make sure you've got your Armorsmith title enabled before you start smithing that armour. Although he's made it right up, hasn't he, by now?
Yeah, he's up in the 90s now.
Yeah.
On some of the materials, not the steel. He's still got his steel up, but he can make 90 quality armor for all the other types of metals that are out there.
That's awesome. Anything else we should mention, or anything else?
Yeah, I just want to mention one other thing. Speaking about all the other metals, when you're making your weapon heads and tool heads, remember it could be out of any metal. So if you get a rare, any type of weapon head or tool head, it's going to turn rare.
Yeah, that is cool, because they can get them out of chests, can't they, the other metals?
Right. Like, you can get the Anamandite, Glimmer Steel, Ceril, all out of the chest if your server has the chests. Or if it's on Epic and you do some of the Epic missions, you can get it that way as well. So.
And of course, remember, if you're on a public server, then not only can you get them materials, but also you'll have more opportunity to purchase dragon bones and then turn either your heads rare or the completed tool rare, using that dragon bone.
Yeah, the dragon bones aren't just for weapons and tools. You can turn anything rare from it.
Yeah, any tool or any weapon, or any armor or any item.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, if I had a stack of dragon bones, I could go through my tool.
Yeah, you would go nuts. Yeah.
I would go nuts, because I would turn all of what I can, my needle, my scissors, my scythe, my chisel, which I really want.
There is a bonus when you have rare items like that. I think a rare shovel gives you an extra 12.
Plus they decay slower. You know, or they not decay, they take less damage, rare items.
Yes. Yeah. But on a public server like Wurm Online, it's hard to find the dragons out there. I remember doing some of those dragon hunts, you know, and you would have people from all over the server coming in. Their skills are as high as they are on Wurm Unlimited, remember? So it would take more people, and not everybody got a dragon bone. So...
ultra rare, really.
Right. But if somebody's got one out there and they want to make some money, they can sure sell those dragon bones for a good lump of money if you want a rare item.
Oh, you also mentioned as well what was in season, didn't you? Let's check my almanac. I'm not sure whether was it hops, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, on our server it's hops. I don't know what everybody else's server is.
Yeah, I haven't got hops. Do you have the report that you can give me that I can put into my almanac, please?
I thought I gave you all the reports.
Oh no, I have got it. Yeah, I have got it. No, thank you, I have got it.
You just probably haven't put it in your book.
Yeah, no, I have. I just found it. I've got so many in here now.
Yeah, well, just right-click on your almanac and say Read Almanac Summary, and that will tell you what's in season.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, that would have been a much easier way, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and yesterday olives were in season for us, but it's out now, so it's going to be a while. 10 more game months and 3 weeks before olives will be back in season.
Okay, well, I just thought I'd mention that as hops were in season at the moment. Maybe there's someone out there who's watching who's waiting for the hops, and so there's your warning. Your hops are ready. Anything else?
Like I said, that's on our server.
Oh, true.
It might not be theirs.
Yeah, true. Okay. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. I think we covered it. I just wanted to make sure they knew about the rarity items, that it's any of the metals. You know, if you make a rare head, it's just going to convert to a rare final product.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. Of course, it's a rare chance, though, isn't it, still?
Right, yeah. But still, hey, rare, if you get a rare head, I hated getting a rare head and having to put a shaft on it and then not getting a rare item out of it. It drove me nuts. Yeah. So the only thing I can do with those rare heads would just be sacrifice them, you know, and that's no fun. I mean, you get excited when you get a rare item or a rare part, you know, you want to be able to use it. And I still think they should make the shaft, if you get a rare shaft, I think it should convert over. Or have a higher percentage of rarity to make that final item. Because, you know, it's hard to get those items, those rare things.
Right, well, on that then, if you want to say your outro, I will... if you want to say goodbye, that is, I will say the outro. Cool, okay. I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. And here in the United States, have a great Labor Day weekend.
All right. Thank you, Raynstorm, for all your help and all your effort and gathering all the materials and whatnot. And also for getting us a hell horse in it, which is sat there eating all your grass. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. Goodbye. Oh, happy Labor Day as well.